Good morning, everybody. It's your boy D Max. So let's talk about this, man. Your boy has made himself content again. Yep, he sure has. And he wonders why. Well, I'm about to give y'all some reasons why. And you know who I'm talking about because you saw the title. So let's get into it and skip the formalities. This man has made himself content for the simple fact that he continues to do the exact thing that he accuses others of doing to him. This has always been my problem with the dude. This is what I've said from day one. I've never deviated away from the problem that I have with this dude. Now, who am I to say something about this dude? I'm D Mac. I do what I want. Men do what they want. Boys do what they can. And so whenever I speak on this, I'm just as justified in speaking on him as he is justified speaking on other people. And so the way that this dude will try to spin a narrative and try to manipulate words, he's not smart enough to do that, but he attempts to do it. And I don't know. The only way that he does it and it works in his favor is when he do it to somebody who he can intimidate. That's it. But somebody who he cannot intimidate, somebody who he can't exert his size and his big voice over, he has a problem with. He'll duck him, he'll dodge him. He remind me of Lennox Lewis back in the day, ducking from and dodging from Mike Tyson. And then he waited till Tyson got old and over the hill, and then he went and fought him and act like he really did something. But he would never fight Mike in his prime. That's the type of character that this dude carried. So shout out first and foremost to my boy Swizz. Swizz, the rabbit with the wrench. He really laid out what was taking place and gave a prime example of this dude with the situation that went on with Gil Arenas. And I'm not going to say too much because Sis did a great job laying everything out, had the receipts right there for you and everything, and he did a play-by-play on everything. So shout out to Sis. Good morning, Trey Spectors. Good morning, Cornbread. What's going on? And so, but I still left with a nasty taste in my mouth. I still left with what's the best word that I could possibly use? I left really wanting to have a conversation with this dude because he has this thing about himself that he feels like nobody can talk about him, and they're always accusing people of using them as content as if they can't be content. And I've already explained that everybody in these YouTube streets, everybody on social media, period, it's content. That's where we get a lot of our stories and all that. I'm not going to go too far into it because I've said this before, but he has a real problem with being content, yet he has no problem with making other people his content. And so for what I feel like was an ambush, because Gilbert went to this certain platform and he was speaking about some personal stuff because some questions was asked of him, and he was gracious enough to go and give him some of his time. You know what I'm saying? So once he get over there and he start to speak about his life, his experiences, all of a sudden here come this damn big 7-foot giraffe, Kwame Brown, and they let him up on the panel, and he in here trying to tell this man that he's a lie about his own life. And so then the man kept telling him, show me the lie. Show me where I lied about my own life, which I should know. and the dude would never do that. He started talking about how Gil didn't respect his mama and didn't love his mama, and switched the whole damn story up. And I'm like, this is the exact reason why I've had a problem with this dude, in the past. And so, I'm not gonna harp on it too much, because I sent straight message to not only to Kwame Brown personally on a few of his videos to make sure that he saw the message that I left with the invitation, but I went to his main henchman as well, and I made sure I left a message there as well, just in case he act like he didn't see the memo, because he dodged a conversation with somebody who ain't gonna let him loud talk him. He dodged a conversation with somebody who's gonna outthink him. He dodged a conversation with somebody who knows how to articulate what they trying to say. And he ain't gonna run up on he dodged people who ain't worried about their numbers and their views and shit like that. He dodged people like that because he know that I ain't got nothing to lose, and I ain't on here to try to be anything or anybody. I'm not trying to eat off of this. And so my mouth reckless as hell. And he know he don't want to deal with nobody like me. He like to make people think that he got a reckless ass mouth and a reckless ass attitude. Nah, he ain't seen reckless. Believe me, he ain't seen reckless. Because, like I said, I don't care about none of this shit. And it ain't like a brag. It ain't no flex or nothing like that. It's just that I do this for a specific purpose, and I don't deviate away from that. And so I know how they like to play that numbers game and try to make it seem like you ain't this or that. So what do I do in this situation? I take that totally off the table. This ain't about numbers. This ain't about who got how many views. This ain't about no clout or nothing like that. This is a very specific gripe. And I want to ask you, why do you feel like you have the right and the justification to speak on everybody else in their life and their situation, but can't nobody speak on you? You can never be content. You can never be the subject of the matter. Why? Why? That's all I need to get clear with you. So they say that a fool despises correction. So if you run from correction, or if you deny correction at every turn, because every single person that I've seen that have had well, I ain't gonna say courage, because it ain't like you somebody to fear, but anybody who had the mind to speak against you, you run from them, you cut them off, you turn everybody against them because you do not want to deal with challenges. That was your problem in the NBA. That was the problem that Kobe Bryant had with you, is that you don't like to face challenges. You was wrecking on everybody in high school because you was 7 foot, and you skipped college, and you skipped that whole thing of the fundamentals in college. See, that's the thing that I argue a lot with guys who, like say with LaMelo Ball and LiAngelo, they're not as crisp as Lonzo, because Lonzo got that college experience and he was able to get that development through the college system of basketball. And so that ushered him right into the NBA a lot easier than his brothers who didn't have that experience in this system, because it starts from the Boys and Girls Club. And as you go to elementary, middle school, high school, college, right into the NBA, it's all a connected system. And they messed up that whole money flow now, because they have the G League where guys can go in and skip school and take that route to get into the NBA. They also, now they've legalized it to where the college players can get money off of their likeness while in college. And so this has changed the game a whole lot. But That's neither here nor there. That's getting off of the subject. I'm getting back to what my main point was, and I'm getting off here. I'm not staying on here long, and I'm gonna respond to some of these messages, y'all. I just had to get a couple things out. My problem. You said you fell asleep in hour three of Sears. I had to catch the rest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, he was definitely spot on. He laid everything out real beautiful, entertaining. The boy's a fool. I'm telling you, I was dying the whole night. It wasn't like we was over there just sitting around looking at a pinpoint or something like that. No, it was live. It was lit. It was entertaining. I really enjoyed it. So shout out again to Sears. But yeah, make sure you catch the rest of it because it was a banger all the way through to the end. Said, you know how King Rabbit is? Yeah, yeah. Exactly how Kwame gonna tell that man how his life went. Weird stuff. Everybody has their own story to tell. You know, when you're dealing with a narcissist, and it was talked about last night too, they don't like to be upstaged. They like to be the center of attention, and anybody who gets some attention or gets some recognition or accolades, and they're not a part of it, then they gonna hate on that thing. It's just in their nature to do as a narcissist, and so. You know, I'm calling that dude a narcissist. I'm not diagnosing nobody, but a lot of the characteristics that he's showing are very similar to that of a narcissist. So that's why I say that. But, you know, I just want to have a conversation with the dude. I've been trying to have a conversation with the dude for about a year. You know, I ain't really been pushing it too heavy, but I definitely hit him up on a few occasions for me and him to have this conversation, and the conversation haven't changed, and the topic haven't changed, and the question that I have for him have not changed in over a year and some change to be exact. So I mean, I don't know why it's such a heavy thing for him to want to talk about, but like I said, talk to somebody who's not going to be your yes man. Talk to somebody who's going to challenge your thinking, and somebody who's going to try to sharpen you and make you better, as opposed to somebody who's just going to be like, yep, you right to everything. That's not making a man. And the thing that bothered me most about the whole video that we watched is the fact that he was trying to tell Gilbert that he wasn't a man, and he was doing it with very toxic, non-masculine energy. How do that work? Where they do that shit at? I didn't understand that. He had very non-masculine energy towards Gilbert Arenas, and the things that he was saying did not make any sense, and he never answered the question about what did Gilbert lie about. He tried to go into it and make it seem like Gilbert lied about what he said, what he prayed to God about his mom for, and did he carry that out? It was so lame, and it's just obvious that he was just fishing and he was just trolling because he wanted to keep this thing going because that keeps his revenue going. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. And I felt like it was a setup because, you know, Gil's over there having a very good conversation initially. Great conversation. It would have been a dope, real dope interview. And then here you go. So I personally have my own opinion about it, and I felt like it was a setup, and it was just too much of a coincidence, or the way everything went. You said, what's up? Just saying. You said, Deacon in chat, sitting at the airport, tuning in. Sleepy as all get out. Watch Sears last night. No sleep. Everyone has a blessed day. One love. Hey, blessings to you. Just saying, I'm in the same boat. I didn't really go to sleep. I just closed my eyes for a little bit, but I don't really have my schedule is flexible right now, so I I catch me some sleep whenever I need to. But I just had to get this out. That's why I was like, I'm gonna put it at 7 because I know I'm gonna still be up. But yeah, I just want to have this conversation with the dude. Like I've said many times before, if I have something that I want to address with somebody, I'm gonna bring it straight to them. I brought it to him. I brought it to everybody that's connected to him on his little pyramid that he got. So, I mean, either they gonna ignore the message or he gonna finally have this conversation with me. It ain't like I'm there to tear the brother down, but I'm not gonna allow him to do to me what he's done to many others, because it doesn't take a lot to understand what he's trying to do and to counter that stuff and to actually get your point across and get your message out. It's not really hard with the type of tactics that he used. And so I just want to have that conversation with him. You know, I think it'll be a real good conversation. I guarantee you it'll do numbers, because soon as he start with that bullshit, I'm gonna go all the way there with him. I'm gonna match that energy, and he ain't even ready for somebody who has well thought out points and is able to speak that with aggression on that same level that he tries to project his voice to be. So I'm sitting back chilling. I already said my piece. I already told him where I stand on everything. And like I was saying last night, I'm going up in this chat every single time. I'm trying to get up on that panel. Until they let me up on that panel, I'm going to be in there, straight ninja style. And then I'm going to let you know I'm in there. And I'm going to ask you, if you don't kick me up out of there, what's up? Drop the link. That's all I need to hear. Drop the link, homie. From here on out, that's all I got left to say to you until you say yes to this conversation. Because I think it's something that everybody should hear. I think it would definitely answer a lot of questions that haven't been answered and fill in a lot of blanks, and it'll connect a whole lot of dots. Just this simple conversation. We don't have to take no more than about 30 minutes. 30 minutes is cool for me to unravel everything that I want to unravel in this conversation with you, bro. So it's out there. It is what it is. I appreciate y'all for coming in. I'll get ready to go out here and catch my wife before she go to work stuff. And everybody have a blessed day, man. You know what I say. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.